don't like how blurry my camera look, man. Anywho, I did have a dream. I don't remember it, but in a dream, I felt like I maybe was in a war or something. Got the hiccups. Hold on, let me get some water. So when I was going to get water, I was having a memory about a dream that I wrote a poem about. Now, I have seen myself reference this dream a few times, not on purpose, but like in a video with my bestie with the black and white and everything. We was talking about dreams at one point, and I was like, yeah, because in my dreams I be getting shot and stabbed and whatnot. But I had a particular dream that I was with my family. And this is like before the betrayal and my brother died and everything. I think my brother was still in prison when I had this dream, but hmm, I wrote a poem about it. And the poem was about when I was raped, and I went into this dream, and in a dream I was on a bus initially with like my family. It was like maybe a family reunion or something like that. My family doesn't even have family reunions. Like after my grandmother died, like everybody just kind of stuck to their close knit family and everything, and we didn't get together, have family reunions, didn't do shit. But then I ended up getting shot, but it went black and I couldn't see who shot me. And in the poem, I said, you know, shot in the back, but by who? I was questioning, like, but by who? And then I said, you listen while they laugh at you. So I got shot in the back, and then I could hear my family laughing about it. And this is, I don't even remember seeing like my mom, dad, and brothers. This is not my immediate family. This is my extended family, uncles, cousins, and stuff like that. And that dream always stuck to me because, and I also remember this dream pretty vividly when I did get stabbed in the back by a family member, and the rest of my family kind of like just turned their back on me. They tell me that they love me and shit, but it's never shown, never shown. I only had one cousin. He's a Sagittarius, I believe. And we always been kind of close, but mostly in energy. I had dreams about him too. I feel like he part of my soul group, soul tribe. um, because I remember having a dream with him, and I was at a department building or something, and I was visiting different stores, but all of them was weird as fuck. Like there was one store and they had a big ass aquarium, and it was like whales swimming like underneath you and stuff like that. Um, I don't know why they shook me. It was a notification. Hold on. Nah, I check it after I finish this. Um, but then it was another store, and it was like a church, but the person at the preacher was dressed in a devil outfit, like a red costume, devil outfit or whatever, and everybody else was kind of like dressed in black, but the whole place was red. And I went in there with my cousin, and I believe he talked me like, "Come on, cuz, let's go, let's leave here." Like he was telling me that we should leave and everything. So yeah, yeah. Anywho, hmm. So, but yeah, he did turn his back on me though, when all that shit went down. He did do that. So I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. So, hmm, I feel like recently I opened doors, open doors and they like open to new possibilities and stuff like that. But I feel like subconsciously or in my soul, like I'm waiting. And, when it comes to my mind and everything or my pride and stuff, I want to like rebel against that because it just feels dumb to me. And, you know, rebelling against that, I have open doors and stuff like that. And like today, I woke up, I was thinking about something, and I got a phone call, and like this person offered they wanna go on a trip with me. And I was like, let me think about it and everything. Let me think about it because motherfuckers gonna be like expecting sex and motherfuckers gonna be like expecting certain things. And it's not that I mind a whole lot. It's just that I just don't feel completely open to it and everything. I be thinking about a whole lot of shit. I think like sex is not casual to me. I never been able to really get into casual sex, because I always be thinking about shit like, what if you get pregnant? What if what if something else happened and everything? Then it's just like a whole new problem that you have to deal with and everything. And I really don't like to waste time if I can't see a future with you. Like, if I can't look ahead, if I'm hesitant about things, then I have to learn how to trust that. Because it been plenty of times in my life that I felt something. It was hesitancy there, but I kind of dismissed it. Like maybe I'm being too judgmental. Maybe, I'm thinking like it's something wrong with me. And then the situation continued to progress and I see what manifests out of that. And then I'll be like, damn, if I would have followed my first thought, it's a lot of shit that I could have avoided, but it also would have been a missed opportunity to learn, a missed opportunity to know for sure. Because, like, let's say that, your intuition telling you something and you be like, I ain't gonna do that. Then you never gonna see the outcome of that, the possibility. But I mean, there's a possibility because, there's been situations that I was like, nah. In a few months later, you might see that person from a distance and it proved to you why you was like, nah. So, you know, and I was thinking about that testing. I was thinking about that Puss in Boots movie. And, you know, dang, I forgot what the girl cat her name is. Kitty Paws or Paw Kitty. I don't know, child. But when they was about to go on to the trail, they was with the dog, and the dog was like all zenned out and everything about peace, love, and stuff. But it did have a dark side. I liked that. I really resonated with the dog. I resonated with the dog and both the cats in the movie. But when they touched the map and they seen their trail wasn't as peaceful as the dog trail. But when they was going down the dog trail, because it seemed like an easier one, they was like complaining and suspicious of everything. And I was like, damn, if they would have just went down their trail, they probably would have had a whole lot more fun. And some people, they need that challenge. You ever met somebody and they just always making their life hard? Like, because they thirst and need that challenge, you know? So, yeah, they need that challenge. So, be that as it may, now they went down the dog trail and everything, but they eventually brought that challenge to that trail. See, that's a symbolic how, you know, you pick up on the karma of the people that you hang around or develop relationships with. But the dog didn't mind because these are people that he liked. And, he was like, these are my friends and stuff like that. So, when you care about people, when you love people, you don't mind keeping them company while they walking down their dark path or whatever. Like, you don't mind being there for them and helping them and shit like that. At least that's how I feel about people I care about. But I have seen people not give me that same courtesy. And I do wonder why. I do feel like sometimes people be like, well, she's strong enough to handle it on her own. But, there'll be other situations as well going on. Be that as it may. To be real, I'm not really open to have sex with anybody. Like, only with one person. Like, that's how I feel, truthfully. Um, so, I'm really questioning, like, I'm making decisions like out of my ego and stuff like that. I feel like I'm in a situation that I'm not really following my heart because I feel some type of way. And, I'm trying to make sense of that, I'm trying to alchemize that within myself because all this external shit, like it really don't even matter. It really don't matter. It really don't matter. So I'm in up here like really questioning myself because I was like, damn, it'd be nice to go on a trip. But I have to think about the other possibilities. Oh, child, it really feeling like a no. It's really feeling, you know? And a lot of shit that I experience and go through, I can't just talk to people about it because they won't understand and everything. People be thinking real shallow. If I was to talk to somebody, they'd be like, yeah, girl, go ahead and take that trip. It's a free trip, girl. Go ahead and do that. They ain't even thinking about it. And then If I tell them my situation, they further not gonna understand. They're gonna be like, yeah, girl, you being dumb as hell. Like, no, you need to go out there. You need to fuck somebody. You need to do this. You need to do that. Mm. But that's how we've been programmed, Women today, women are fed up in a lot of ways. And we refuse to be a fool like our mothers, our grandmothers. We have freedom now. We have the ability to take care of ourselves. You know, we don't have to just settle for shit. We don't have to do that. But a lot of women are like in a spirit of protest because niggas out here are damaged. They real damaged, man. And they are in their ego, they petty as fuck. They always trying to destroy you. They don't appreciate you. They always they side eyeing you. They side eyeing you, and I get it now because women have became shisty, because that's just how things has evolved. You have to understand that I've seen a lot of women go into this world looking for love, right? And got their heart fucked up. I mean, damn, the shit that these niggas do to women out here is ridiculous. It really is. Like, they really, and what's so crazy is that I would see these broken men and they would straight dog out a good divine woman. And, but then fall victim to a kitchen witch or some shit like that. And then they get caught up in like, and if you look into their relationship, the women that they actually like uh try to give they all to or whatever, these be like the most trifling women you ever meet. And these women, they will walk around with like a false sense of like I'm a bad bitch or something like that. But a lot of these women, and I learned this in the past like 2 years, is that a lot of these women is doing spell work and shit like that. And they're not really looking for love. A lot of these women hearts on became hardened and black because they don't been hurt too many times. So now they want to be in control, which I don't feel like nobody should be even thinking like that. Like I want to be the dominant one. I want to be the one in control, you know. But there's women who've been hurt and they go into they dark masculine side, and then they become kitchen witches. And like that girl Stacy, I sit there and watch her. When I met her, she was dealing with like three dudes. Um, she claimed at one point she used to be a stripper or something. Like this girl, she crazy as fuck. Like Stacey, I know you crazy as fuck. Like I always kind of thought you was crazy, but I didn't want to believe that you was that fucking crazy, right? Like this the type of motherfucker, like she would fabricate her whole life. She might even give you a life that she read in a book or something like that. She that type of motherfucker. So I don't know if all these random ass stories that she was telling, I don't know if they real or not. But I do know from what I had witnessed what is real. But all that other shit, I don't know. Um, and I'm not sharing this to like embarrass her or nothing. It's like past that point. I'm not trying to embarrass you, Stacy. Honestly, I don't even like hate you or nothing. The feelings I have towards you is not strong. I just want you to leave me the fuck alone. Like, I want you to stop watching me. I want you to stop coming in my comments as some fake motherfucker. I want you to stop doing that shit. I want you to stop talking about me. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want. And I want you to be a real ass bitch. Like, you the type of sneaky ass motherfuckers, you go behind the scenes and do a whole lot of shit, but you don't have the balls to tell somebody in their face how you truly feel about them. You don't get, you can't do that. So, and I sit there, she used to send me pictures of women and give me these stories like, yeah, she was jealous of me. It's always another bitch jealous of you or some shit like that. But it was one particular woman. I keep thinking about this woman for some reason because you told me that you went. Like you basically hunt her down to get close to her. And I really started to put the pieces together when I seen what you did with damn, one of those carbonation people. Damn, what her name is. She got a dark energy, yo. Damn, what's her name is. She must have put some cloak on her. 'Cause I could see her face clearly. I just can't remember her name information. So yeah, she must have put a cloak on her, but I could see her face, but she came to me and was like, "You think I should talk to her and stuff?" And I was like, "Nah," because I already knew that shit was bad news. And the next day, she ran off and she started love bombing this person. And then she would come back and like show me like screenshots. She was like, "Oh yeah, I was on their chat. I was doing this and this and that." And she was love bombing them to get close to them, even though we had a conversation about it. So it was like, what is your motive? I be thinking about shit differently, but this bitch, she be thinking that she playing like power moves and stuff like that. Cause I think she was trying to make me jealous, but you you don't do it for me. Like you don't do it for me. So um that was that. But the way that she lived her life, she had like maybe like three dudes and they was like taking care of her, but she was like the side chick and everything. And I'm up here looking at this situation like, damn, this is a messy, stupid ass situation. But be that as it may. Now I'm thinking like it wasn't until she told me about the spell work that she be doing. I'm thinking like, well, she an attractive female, so maybe these dudes are just attracted to her and everything, but nah, she be doing extra shit. So, and it also remind me of what I seen with Spiritual Soul and a lot of others. I don't want to just single him out, and I don't have nothing against him. Like I feel like he's funny, and I believe the stuff that he's saying. Well, it's the truth. So, but what I seen when it came to that one particular woman, even if this woman didn't like, she was like a Christian or some shit like that, you as a conscious person should still have respect for her, or at least tell her to have respect for herself. But nah, in that situation, you took full advantage of it. And that really made me look at some things. And then I also heard him talking about, I seen this video where he cut his hair bald and he was talking about dating. And he was like, these women, they usually worship me and stuff like that. And you know what? I believe him because I seen it in this so-called conscious community. I see the females that they willing to give these motherfuckers their soul. You know, I don't know what they thinking Like, is it the money or what? Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with these spiritual groupies. To be honest, I feel like most of these women are bots and you just getting set up in a trap. But because you don't have no control over your dick, you just be sticking your dick into them and getting infested with all kinds of shit on a spiritual realm. So, it is what it is. But you being conscious, you should be like, you should think about that. You should think about that. And I also noticed that a lot of these men, like, they would be in relationships. Some of them would even be fucking married or something, and you would know nothing about it. You would know nothing because they don't show that they married. They don't show. So it's kind of like, what the fuck is going on here? So these niggas living lifestyles like rappers or something like that, where they just fucking groupie bitches, um, being infested with all types of shit, being sucked dry and not giving a fuck, being lost, can't think clearly and shit because they fucking with these bots that was sent out to destroy them, but they fucking these motherfuckers. So it's kind of like weird to me. It's weird. Um, and it also creates a mentality in them. I was seeing this with Dolo, where they have the lowest of the lowest expectations for women. And they are extremely, I feel like men in the conscious community, they are more intimidated by smart women than any other motherfucker because they want to be the smartest. They want to be able to dominate and control. Their ego get like out of fucking hand. Um, Similar to like what we seen recently with Blueface and Krishan, like she do be booking busy. So why not get a fucking maid? Why you why you want to force her into a position where she gotta wash your clothes, cook your dinner, but she doing what you doing. Y'all on the road and shit like that. So why do you feel like, but you can't do that for yourself? Like it's when men are in their insecurity, they revert back to an old mindset that feel comfortable. They go back to a time where what they would say that women was more submissive. And look, hold on. I haven't shared the last video, but look, I'm talking about just yesterday. The water was like right here. Just yesterday. Now it's down here. This water, but it started here. I don't know if y'all see the water line, but it started here. I do not drink out of this cup. This is a cup that I just put water in to have the water element around me. Um, but I ain't never drunk out of this cup because earth, wind, and fire and everything. Here go the candle. Um, Bringing all those elements together, it creates a powerful experience in a ways. So insecure niggas, they revert back to an old mindset where women was oppressed in a way where they couldn't just go out and find a job and stuff like that. A lot of women went to college to find a husband and shit like that. So, and a lot of women, they didn't really have choices like they have now. So they revert back to an old mindset like, look, you need to be cooking my dinner, washing my clothes. He even made a comment like, what's the point of me being with a woman and I have to go pay for a maid or something like that? Because you with somebody for one. I have a lot of feelings about that. For one, I look at Krishan and Blueface like they both stupid. Um, Blueface made some good points, but at the same time, you could still he reek of that toxic masculinity. Like he reek of it. And I remember Orlando Brown talking about the panda thing, and Blueface is starting to look like that with the black circles around the eyes. What happened to Orlando? He been quiet for a minute. Hope he doing okay. Um, like he's starting to look like the Walking Dead, and I know he miserable as fuck. And I do feel like he taking that out on Krishan. That's gonna turn into a real bad situation. And nobody really give a fuck like that because nobody is really seeing it clearly. I see a lot of people, they really do look at Krishan like she the victim, but in a way that she just stupid. Like, girl, look, he mistreating you. He doing this and shit like that. You need to go ahead and leave him and yada yada yada. But it's it sides to the story that people not seeing in the public. Because it do seem like, and I'm seeing that Blueface is looking at it like this too, but the reason why I'm not having no respect for him at this moment is because he chose his path. He chose because he put money and fame above a whole lot of other shit. Now, I was getting a certain type of awareness that some of these men out here is in some real fucked up situations. Like if you was to know the truth of how fucked up the situation is, you might not feel like that. And you might feel like, damn, I kind of understand. Like, okay, okay. Cause you ever like you look at from the outside looking in and you just looking at a person, you being like, well, they dumb as fuck to be staying. But then when you actually look into the situation, like it just seemed almost impossible for them to get out of this shit. Like they are all tied in and fucked up. The motherfucker might not let them see their kids. The motherfucker, like it be like some really harsh situation that motherfuckers be in, men and women. Um, so I do see Blueface as somebody he feel trapped by his situation, but at some point, enough is a fucking enough. Like at some point, you be like, you know what? Fuck all of this. Sometimes people have to take major losses. I mean, like lose everything and start over. But when you get to that point, you will be blessed. You will be blessed. But you have to decide because you have to realize that none of this shit is real or it doesn't matter. So, and the only thing that keeping you stuck truly is not the circumstances, it's your fear. So yeah, let's go back to the situation. So yeah, open up doors and everything. I want to get some advice. I'm gonna ask the cars about it. Just use these because they closest by. These cars right here. All right. Give me some advice on this situation. Oh Lord Jesus. Let me get more specific with yes, I mean questions. Lord. Yes or no? Hmm. All right, this deck right here, y'all. This is my printable deck. You could get it on my SD shop. It's only 11.11. This deck right here. So I have some general information on the card and stuff. And then I have the wording from my On the Mind tarot deck on it and other elements. So I do have, you know what? I have been saying, and I had already built it, like I already made it and everything, but I've been saying that I was gonna make a version of these cards, um, where it's already. I think I'm gonna do that soon, sooner than later, because it's not like I have a whole lot to do, so I might just do that. I mean, I don't have a whole lot to do, as in I had already started doing it. So I already had designed it and all of that. So, and I was talking about putting my cards on the SD shop, and I'm gonna still do that. Just haven't got around to it. Should I go on this trip? Should I go on this trip? I ain't even turned over the cards yet, but it's like, mm, mm, mm. I'm about to go to work, man. I'm about to go work. I'm about to go to take my ass to work, man. Oh, I got a bill I need to pay. All right, y'all. I don't want to share what the card say, but I got my answer though. Know that. Oh Lord. A part of me felt like I'm not gonna listen, but but I got my answer. I was looking at okay, I showed this in the last video, but I don't think I'm gonna share that video. I don't feel like I should. I think I should keep it private, but I was showing I used to be really into sewing and I want to get back into that. Sewing do take money though. It do take money. If you want nice shit, but let me show you what I was looking at. This is something I created like years ago. So when I was first into sewing, hold on, where? Oh, there's a pair of pants that I sold that I wear all the time. It's nighttime pants, like pajama pants, but it's one of the first successful things I have sewn. So I also sewn my mom a dress, but this when my daughter was younger, but look, stop doing that shit. Get it together, get it together. Damn, this should be aggravating me. So I told my daughter to pick out a fabric and she picked out this one. I think it's because she like cats. But I knew that this wasn't something that she was like gonna wear to school and everything. And my daughter today, she straight tomboyish, like tomboyish. Kind of like me. I'm tomboyish as well. But sometimes I like to be feminine, but I'm tomboyish. Anyways, so I was just gonna make her something like, you know, she could wear around the house or something like that. I don't know. But it ended up not, I made it too small. That's an issue that I used to have a lot. But look at this. This is the bodice piece. I ain't finished it. This is the bodice piece. I'm just really impressed with the stitching. Look at this stitching right here. And this right here is the skirt. I went all out for this. Even how the little whatever tula or something or whatever you call it. And I was just discovering I even where is it? Right here. I even sewn pockets into it, y'all. Look at this. I sewn pockets into this. I ain't never finished it because I realized that it was too small and kind of just got disinterested. I was gonna put a zipper back here. I was gonna attach the bodice and put a zipper all the way up to the back of this. And then I was gonna give it to a friend or whatever. Her daughter was younger, smaller, but um we end up stop being friends. So but I was just looking at this because I was trying to re-inspire myself to like get back into sewing and everything and crocheting and whatnot. So I don't know. I might even make myself a dress. I do have a fabric in there, but That fabric don't even go with a whole lot of stuff. I just liked the pattern, but you have to think about if it goes with shit. So yeah, that's that. A lot of times I like making stuff for other people more so than I like making for myself, but I've been trying to like get out of that and start putting myself first sometimes and whatnot, but I still like to make stuff for other people. I feel like it give me more drive. So there's something else. I wonder, do I have that? Hold on, let me see. I couldn't find it. It was a dress that I was in the process of making for myself a long time ago, but I can't find it. It was an incomplete dress, but I did find this. Now I started when I okay, this is how I ended sewing. Oh, this ain't even for me. This is for my daughter. Because I was making patterns and everything around the time I stopped sewing. So I was sewing and I was working on a project for my dad. I was gonna actually sew him like a dashiki like top or whatever. And my brother, the one that passed away, he came home drunk and I had my fabric pieces on the floor. I had everything laid out and he threw up on my fabric and all my stuff. And after that, I lost interest. So it made me feel emotional. I should throw those away because those probably don't even fit my daughter no more. So, oh boy, I don't know, man. See, okay, I was making a point about women and they becoming heartbroken and then they migrate into situations that, they like, you know what, fuck my heart. I'm not gonna do shit for love anymore. I've seen a lot of women like that. So they get into situations and it kind of like drain the life out of them. Um, like I knew this one girl, she was a Capricorn and she dated probably like two black men and swore off black men after that. Oh, girl, she was lost as fuck in so many different ways, man. Um, but I felt like a part of her still desire black men, but she just written them off like they all trifling, they all gonna break your heart, they all play games. So she went and got married to a white man. Shit was whack. It was whack. It was real whack, at the point that I met her. Cause she was into also hypergamy, where you date up like people with money and stuff. Cause she really liked the luxury. Like she was so hyper focused on getting skinny again because she wanted to wear designer clothes, and she also wanted to appeal to richer white men. Now, this girl, she could make her money on her own, but it would stress her out. Like she had the ability to go into corporations, get jobs, make like bank. She was a Capricorn, but all the jobs that paid good, real good money would stress her the fuck out to the point she would start to get physically sick. So, when I met her, like I'm just being real about shit, but she started to get offended because she couldn't understand why I couldn't just agree with her superficiality and stuff like that. Cause what was the final straw was homegirl was probably like 200 pounds, okay? And she was working her ass off, like in the gym and everything, to try to lose weight. I mean, she would go to cycling every day and everything. She really did work hard. She could not lose the weight. I started to tell her, like, it must be spiritual weight. Like, you ain't gonna be able to lose it until, you heal, which is the truth. She was like, okay, or whatever. So, she went and got the lap band surgery. Now, I thought that you had to be obese in order to even get approved for it, but now it's cosmetic. So, if you just struggle with losing weight in general, you could go get your stomach cut in half and, whatever. So, she went and got that surgery. I was against it. I was like, girl, you really want to commit to getting your stomach cut in half? Like, mm. So she had to go into one of those corporation jobs to make bank again, just so she could pay for this surgery. And when she got it, the last time I seen her and everything, she probably skinny now, I don't know. But she was losing weight still very slowly, but she was losing weight and everything like that. And I remember saying to her, like, damn girl, man, what you gonna do when you start growing gray hairs, when your titties start to sag? You ain't gonna be able to love yourself because you're not loving your body as it age and grow and stuff like that. Cause she looked it good to me. Like she was showing me pictures of when she was skinny. It didn't hit for me. But the way that she looked at that time, she looked it good. Like the weight looked it good on her and everything. But she was like chasing that mentality and everything. So I was like, she said she didn't like the way I was talking to her. Cause I was like, so what you gonna do when you start growing gray hairs and shit like that? Like you gonna keep running to surgery? Or what? You ain't gonna why can't you learn to love yourself, you know, now as you is? Because if you don't, you're gonna always be chasing something. And she was like, you know what? I don't like the way that you talking to me. And she started to make it seem like I was a hater because of the way that I was talking. I can't stand y'all Capricorns for shit like that. I don't know why y'all always do that shit to me. Like, god damn, bruh. And it'd be a lot of time, it'd be Capricorn women with no female friends. Go out there and look. It's a lot of time there would be Capricorn women and they would not have any female friends. And it's a reason for that. Cause I noticed that Capricorn women feel like people always hating on them or something like that. And then now I also noticed that Capricorns in general, they like to be the dominant one in any situation. So when I see people hanging out with Capricorns, they usually gravitate towards Cancers. Why? Because Cancers, they would act like they submit. Like a Cancer would just sit around you quiet, won't say shit or whatever. Um, like won't really stand up for themselves. They don't feel like the need to until you really make them upset or whatever. Like, oh, you want to think that you're in control? A Cancer don't mind with making you think that. That shit ain't gonna fly with me. Cause Capricorns be always trying to dominate you. And then you have to be like, man, look, I ain't with this. I ain't with this toxic shit. Cause they will get toxic. They would get toxic to dominate you, you know, to try to get one. And then they will also start competing with you. And it'd be like secret competition and stuff like that. And it's just like, man. And some of them, like some of the more self-aware Capricorns that I had met, they will know this about themselves and they will be trying to temper it. But then at some point, like that devil energy kind of like override and they just like fuck it. Like I'm gonna get control regardless. So this is when a Capricorn become a straight devil, and then they won't give a fuck about your feelings. They won't give a fuck about the damage they cause, and they will refuse to make it right or apologize about it. Next thing you know, a year later, the Capricorn is gonna hit you up and be like, "Hey, what's up? I just been thinking about you," but they won't apologize for the shady shit that they did. Shit, no, 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 no. It's even worse than that. It's even worse than that. A motherfucker Capricorn, they would over that time would somehow demonize you in their head. Even though they was dead ass wrong, they would find something to hyper focus on to make you wrong. And they will hold on to that shit for dear life until you come in and shatter the fucking illusion. Be like, nah, bitch, you fucking delusional. I'm gonna tell you why. And that's the only time that they're gonna actually show some amount of respect and get out of that delusion that they created in their head. But even then, they will still commit to being right, you know. You will sit there, you will break that shit down, and they just be like, well, they will find something. You could sit there and see them thinking of a way to either deflect or to re-illusion themselves with a fucking lie. So in every Capricorn I met, I'm telling you, they did some shit. And they could feel bad about it in secret. You know, like Patrick, I know that you watch me, dude. But he will probably never, ever, ever, ever apologize for the role that he played. I'm telling you, they will sit over there and they will feel bad about it, but their pride is like toxic. Their pride is fucked up. And I be kind of understanding it because I understand Capricorn energy because, you know, but I could override my pride. I can, especially if it's for the betterment of everybody. I will override my pride in a motherfucking millisecond. And sometimes it was to my own detriment, you know? But not a Capricorn. Not a Capricorn. They would just sit there and be wrong, feeling fucked up inside about it. And they might try to come around and do something nice for you or something, but they would not admit that they was wrong. And that shit be crazy to me. That's why I can't deal with them for too long because it be even times that it get to a point that they expect for me to once again override my own pride or even my own truth to make them right because they want me to understand that they is too prideful to make it right. So why can't you just do it? Like, why can't you just accept the fact that they want to be friends with you again? You know, they want things to be good between you again. Could they be like, I'm showing you, could they would might buy you a gift or something like that, and they be like, I'm showing you, but they won't have a conversation about it. And the shit will happen again and again and again and again. And it ain't gonna be until you have to cuss their ass out. So yeah. Anyways, me and that girl, we ain't cool no more. But I still fuck with her. Like I don't have nothing against her. Like, and over these years, cause we ain't talked to each other in years, she might have even started to understand my viewpoint. But um I made up my mind with Capricorns that when they wrong, hold them accountable. Like just hold them. That's the best thing you could do with a fucking Capricorn. Like when they are wrong, hold their ass accountable and do not budge on it because they ain't gonna budge. And it's not about an ego thing or whatever. It's about protecting yourself at that point because a Capricorn will run over your ass in a millisecond if they think that they can. See, another thing I noticed with a Capricorn, they always testing my boundaries. They always testing how far they could push it. How sometimes they even testing how much they could get out of me, you know? I sit down and watch them do that shit. So they don't know how to keep good people in their life. You will see that with an issue with Capricorn, they will surround themselves with demons because they allow themselves to get consumed by that devil energy. So that's the only people that they could resonate with at that point. And then they don't have to feel bad about being fucked up because these demons too, you know? So that's how they start to do shit, you know? All right, let me go because I'm finna go work and shit.